Yo, yo, yo. Check this out, man. Once again. Okay, I was doing my workout and advancing in that God conscious, right? Knowing that everything is an illusion, that we created ourselves, that we are all one God, experiences realities on different realms and different dimensions within this one dimension, because we didn't come from Sirius Sun C or B, because nothing exists out there. Those are holographic projections that emit from ourselves. So we couldn't have came from the heavens. We have already been here. Nevertheless, as I was doing my workout, venturing more further, I won't say deeper, I can, but more further into this consciousness, as I normally count my sets, and some said, no numbers. And I was like, and it said, no numbers, don't count, stop counting. You don't need to count. So I normally do like 63, but back arms, against the wall, 63 of them. But some said, no, stop, don't count, lose it. Let it all go. Let it all go. And then some said, free your mind, free your mind. So I remember Tai Chi. In Tai Chi, you got to relax. You can't be tense. You got to relax. So I fell into a relaxed state as I was doing them, just relaxed. And I had to anchor my mind. I had to anchor my mind on something, some type of mechanical machine that continues to run. So I aligned myself with a car engine. I seen the car engine running, but I seen through it, right? So I'm looking directly at the pistons and stuff like that there on one side. And on the other side, I seen the inside of a clock. The gears and how it's running and everything is spinning and working together, all right? And on the other side, to make it complete the triangle, I put an oil well, and it's going up and down. So I threw my energy in those three centers, and I kept going without counting, and just put my mind right there. And my strength was only coming from watching those things in my mind work. And as I fell out of what I was doing, and I connected my mind only with that, and at a relaxed, very relaxed state with very little effort, connected my energy with the inside of a car running, seeing the piston spinning, just turning the wheels of your imagination, okay? The oil well pumping strong, the inside of a clock ticking, all the gears working together. I focused my energy right there, boom. And I don't know how many I did, nor do I know how long I was there. But when I decided to halt, I wasn't even out of breath. I wasn't even out of breath. And the only thing I was thinking about was the energy connected in those things. So I know I couldn't stop. My energy couldn't stop because my energy was tied to a working car engine, to the inside dynamics that involved in a clock with all type of gears spinning, and this oil well to the other side, which is very strong, sturdy, high, powerful equipment deep into the earth. You heard? And I connected those energies. Just wanted to get that to the God bodies. You know what I mean? And another thing too, music, man. You know they used to say music calms the savage beasts. Check this out. They called us savage. They called the Indians savages, right? It was used as a word to mark against melanated people. Nevertheless, savage. Remember, in the aliens, they said the alien was a savage. I wonder why. Because he had dreads? Or no, I don't use that low frequency word. No dreads. It was dreadful for them because they hated to see that attacking their ass. But nevertheless, what it is what it ain't. And what it ain't is what it is. Now, where was I at? Okay, and as I'm doing this, they say music calms the savage beast. So the savage, they always call the natives or the indigenous. You know, so we got, in order to be indigenous, you couldn't come from anywhere out there any damn where. Anyway. We're indigenous to the land. We came with the planet. I used to always wonder, if we came from Sirius Sun City, it's all the way out there, how the fuck we indigenous to this land? But that was spoke from the people who knew that ain't shit out there. That's why we're indigenous to this motherfucker. They just didn't tell us everything else. Nevertheless, music calms the savage beast. It's talking about you. It's going to calm you. Beast is what our brothers without God conscious say they are. I'm a beast. I'm a beast. They have become beasts and will be shot down like beasts for sport by the one who practiced sport, entertainment. Anyway, this is what I have found out by listening to Celtic music. Celtic music. This is not Celtic you're hearing right now. This right now is fantasy music. Because in fantasy music, what is found, see, in God conscious, we got to think about power. We got to think about nuclear, on the nuclear level. On a nuclear level. As far as the atomic level, you know, we thinking about generating new cells to form different organisms. So we should soothe the savage God, or however we want to translate that, but that is us. We could translate and put another word. But nevertheless, in fantasy music, you find the energy there that is forces going against forces, or powers rising against powers, or animating a strong power, a strong emotion, you know, like you're hearing now. It generates it, you know. That's fantasy, correct? That's scientific, metaphysical instruments being played at a tune that places you there. So classical is good. It taps the genius like Okiliosai, Lord of News, spoke to us about. Great. Check this. Listen to this will build you automatically. Imagine, I got some more, but like this type right here, doing your meditations with, you know what I mean, with your meditations, you know, or your Tai Chi. Nevertheless, it's better ones. But check out some fantasy, because it's like the energy that you would need to carry you to that dimension without smoking weed. Okay? It's the energy that you're going to need to carry you to the inner depths and the inner realms of your mind without smoking weed. Well, if you can smoke weed too, with it, you heard? Whatever the God chooses to do, he must know. He experiencing through him, he creates for him. He is not tying up no energy. He does not shove or push anything out that he has created. He created it for his use and his use only, with the understanding that this is what I have generated. I am the source. I am the highest source. I am in the form to form any and everything that I would like. I change, alter, transmute, I diffuse, I confuse, only by choice. Only by choice. Only by choice. Only by choice. This is not for everyone. Some will hear, some will not. Oh, and real quick, on one of my volumes that I had spoke as all, for all, I mean not for all, what was that? But we all are all. Okay? I ain't like the way that sounds, so let me just switch that. The volume says something about the white rabbit. You know, in the Matrix it said, follow the white rabbit. Okay. The white rabbit. What the hell is the white rabbit? I looked it up. It said it was a genetic mutation. Okay? A genetic mutation. Then it also is a digging instrument that the Russians made. is his name. And it's also a code name for the Adobe Photoshop CS5. And it's also a code name for some data equipment that's in a headquarters, a government headquarters named CERN. It's an acronym, it's C-E-R-N. C-E-R-C-N, something like that, CERN. Nevertheless, it's a code name for information gathering intelligence that has been placed, I can't recall the year exactly, but maybe it was like the 70s or something, I'm not sure right now. Nevertheless, it's a code name for them, and it is to track information data they said in nanoseconds, to track it and to import, and I guess this is backdoor type shit. I don't know, look into it. CERN, look up White Rabbit by CERN Technologies, and they got videos showing you this shit. Nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, but this is us. This is us, okay? This is us, God, explaining us to us, you know? Explaining us to us. And we can look at nature and say, that tree is a part of me, and that flower is a part of me. Why can't you look at the other gods and say, he's a part of you? And you're listening to you as I speak to you right now, because we are us. I am because we are. Don't get it confused. You can't. And if you is, then you're confused by choice. By choice. By choice. Now back to this White Rabbit. How come Elmer Fudd said, I hate rabbits? I don't know. What? I hate rabbits. What about that cartoon said the white rabbit will not explode? I repeat, the white rabbit, or was that a mouse, will not explode. And it blew up. I just wanted to say that. Alright, listen. Stay on God abilities, man. Oh, and that Celtic music is what you find a lot of strings attached and stuff like that there. Let me see something. Let me see. Okay, here's some Celtic music here. Might as well let you hear a little bit of it. Hold on. Oh, wait. My fault. That was a part. It's one called 2 Hours of Celtic Music. Check it out, though. But this is how it start off, though, right? Now think about you and you're growing in your God consciousness. You know what I mean? Check it out. You can almost rap to this shit. You know what I mean? Imagine having your headphones on walking down the street in your God consciousness, looking at your creation. What have you? See, it's like bringing that energy out of you, taking you there, you know, soaring high and shit. You know what I mean? Whatever you're doing, if you're working out, or if you focusing, meditate, if you cleaning the house, if you constructing in your laboratory, that it just appears that you're sitting at your desk, but you also in your mind at your laboratory constructing molecules and enzymes, putting tag signatures upon your DNA. You know, our DNA changes. It changes by the knowledge that we obtain. The knowledge, the thought, the better thought. You know, get over.
You are the ones that are fortunate enough to tap into this knowledge when the whole world is crazy, you need to process that for a minute and understand the importance of that. First of all, the greatest thing on the planet is the knowledge of self, and basically the knowledge of the universe. For the mere fact that you are even interested in this or remotely interested in this at this particular time when shit is going on crazy out here, it means that you are the special evolved beings. And so when I'm saying you need to process, you got to process that everything that you read in these books that you admire about the gods in the heaven and the gods in the universe, you must understand that that is nobody but you at this particular time. And for the mere fact that you are trying to understand, you're trying to get this knowledge, trying to get this, and you're trying to understand the meaning of it all, that means your spirit is going through a ritual. You just take any adventure story, and you know they had to go and they had to fight this particular person, they had to fight this particular person, and at the end of the movie, they get what they're supposed to get, and they are glorified. That's what's going on with you now as your struggle. So we had the mystery system that was in the last days. You had the mystery system. But the mystery systems are now closed down. And now your initiation that you become God is in your struggle. The realm, you got to understand the concept of the God that you are searching for is yourself. So you have to understand this concept. G-O-D, generator, operator, and destroyer. The reason, what is the whole of is that the actual gods do not realize they're God. You need to get a movie called A Never Ending Story. And he gets this little book and he goes through this adventure. And at the end of the movie, midway the movie, they say, hell, come to find out that the little boy that was reading the book of all these magnificent heroes, the other boy on the other side who was going through all the trial was him. And they said, and at the end they said, well, hell, our world is falling down because he doesn't believe in himself. It's all about you. That's the key. You can't, that's the key. This is the real knowledge. There's a mystery of the world, and the mystery of the world is look for no God to save you but yourself, because it's within you. It's within you. It's just that the devil came down about 2,000 years ago, basically, when we get into this, and he made you start worshiping him so you would not cultivate the energy within you. And that's your slavery and your real bondage. And this is the key what we have to deal with here, because, I mean, we go through, we see things on TV and we see this shit and we say, when is this shit over with? But the key is, in the 60s, we didn't have this knowledge. In the 70s, we didn't have this knowledge. In most of the 80s, we didn't have this knowledge. You see what I'm saying? We only had a few people talking about it in the past years before that, but now we have the knowledge. You see, the white boy understood that they would keep people dead long enough, they would be so dead until there would come a time where they would be so much immersed in ignorance until they can give them knowledge and they will reject knowledge. And that's when you start putting out all the knowledge. That's why you go to your family members and they reject the shit. And mainly you. So because they reject it, now they can put the stuff out. So there is no more such thing as secrets. The secret is that the masses of the people hate knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? So as of around 1985, they knew that the people would reject knowledge because they knew you rejected it in the 70s and the 60s. So they said, now we can put all the stuff out that we had held for the last 140 years that we dug up around the world. And as a result, that's why we only have less than 1% of the amount of people that really bears witness to what the hell is going on. You must understand that everything here, which is Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, the moon, the sun, all of the spheres is going to end up right here at the bottom sphere, which is you. So that means all the energy in the universe is going to come within you and on the earth realm. So that's when they say that the gods in heaven, the man on earth say God is on high, but the angels in heaven say that God lives on earth. White people got more knowledge than us, but white people don't have the black God. So therefore they're mutants anyway, so it don't make a difference. But do you know that the only light that is alive on the planet right now is black people with knowledge? That means that they're looking down on the planet and they see total darkness. They see white people which have knowledge, but they don't have no light. They see black people, the masses of them, who have light, but their light is not cut on because they don't have no knowledge. Then they got a group of people who have knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? Even if it's a little bit of knowledge, makes your light shine even more. So therefore, the only thing that's living on the planet right now is brothers and sisters that's in some form of consciousness. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a damn if you Nation of Islam, Noble Drew Ali, the Moors, or whatever you are. Some form of knowledge. It's anybody who has a certain amount of knowledge. That's why I told you, but first, that you are more superior than what you think you are, because you have been privy to come into this time and you got knowledge. True knowledge is supposed to make you humble and don't supposed to make you arrogant. That's why fake knowledge, which is a byproduct of knowledge that they teach in university systems, make everybody arrogant. That's because it's not true wisdom.